my name is Ann, and I'm 71 years old, and I am homeless now for 10 weeks, sleeping in the back of my 2005 Honda Civic little back room seat with my cat. My house was stolen from me and sold to somebody else illegally, and now she's living in it. Um, my neighbors, I've been being stalked by this crazy woman for 5.5 years, and she has followed me from one house to another. She breaks in my house, she steals all kinds of things. I looked her up, she had more than 40 addresses. And I talked to a private investigator with federal counterintelligence experience and described her and what they're doing to me. And he said she's a cult leader, and that these people are gang stalking me. Not one stalker, a gang. And there's a website, Fight Gang Stalking. It's the scariest thing I've ever read in my life. But anyway, she follows me from one house to another. I get along with everybody, and then everybody hates me. I move, I get along with everybody, everybody hates me. I bought a mobile home in this park, and I put $20,000 in it to fix it up. And I put it on the market in December to sell it. In the meantime, these neighbors ganged up on me and took me to court on January 13th. And all of these people testified against me for the most insane reasons. I inconvenienced a man for 5 seconds on his golf cart, and he literally made a 5-minute spiel about it. Another woman I caught gossiping about me with my neighbor, and I confronted her at the lady's house across the street, and she was trying to reach around me to the door. My back was to the door, and she broke the handle, and they blamed it on me in court, said I broke the handle. And this woman, who's a fat pig, she's twice as big as I am, she's saying, oh, I'm so afraid of her. I'm so afraid I'm going to sell my house because of her. That was a year ago. She had more than a year to sell her house, and all of a sudden she's so afraid of me. Anyway, my attorney was absolutely worthless. In 45 minutes, she made 2 objections which were overruled, and she misquoted a law. That was it. I was writing notes for her to ask questions of the witnesses, and she never asked one question of 6 witnesses. She never had me testify on my own behalf, so I was denied due process, and she never asked the judge, as she said she would several times, to give me time to sell my house. They got a writ of possession on the lot only. The clerk of the court gave me a certified copy, and she underlined lot. Anyway, the park manager broke into my house, changed the locks, ripped down my for sale sign, ripped down my mailbox, and sent me a letter saying I had abandoned my home, and if I didn't reclaim it, that they were going to auction it off. Well, I immediately responded, and I sent it certified return receipt mail, but I never got the green card back, and I don't think that was a coincidence. Anyway, I went to the post office, and they gave me a copy of that green card and the sequence of steps my certified letter went through, and it showed the day, the date, and the time the letter was delivered on the 11th. Now, you have to advertise twice in the paper, and they picked some obscure paper, the Observer, I never even heard of it, and he advertised on the 7th and on the 14th. And the 14th was 3 days after he received my letter saying, it's my house, I didn't abandon it, don't sell it, don't auction it, nothing. And he still turned around and sold it. I put $20,000 into that house to fix it up, and it was worth at least $42,000, and he sold it for $3,550. Now the thing is the man is really stupid, and the woman that bought it, a former neighbor and former friend, bought it, and she had a single wide she sold. So they didn't know that a double wide mobile home has to have a title for each side. And on the original complaint, there was only one title number. And so he sold her half of my house. Now, I've written to the state, and they've sent me tons of paperwork, and I bought a duplicate title for $85 for the side of the house I still own, and she only owns the smaller half. But I've been trespassed from the property. They called the cops on me. The cops are in my face. The manager had some paperwork, and he wouldn't show it to me, but he showed it to them. and I think it said that I abandoned my house, so he sold it. And so the cops are in my face threatening me with trespassing and arresting me. And if I come back, I'm going to be arrested, and saying all this stuff to me instead of even listening to my side and what's going on. They just got in my face and terrorized me. So I left. But here I am, I'm sleeping in my little car for 10 weeks now, and it's just becoming unbearable, especially with my poor cat. And he doesn't understand, and there's been times he's gotten real fierce with me and clawed me and everything because he doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't understand, and I try to do my best. I used to take him to the beach and to the parks and things, but everything's closed now. You can't go there. So it's been really, really difficult for me, and I need help desperately. I need to get my house back. I want that writ of possession on the lot overturned. There was all the testimony that these 6 people gave didn't amount to a hill of beans, and I wasn't able to defend myself. So I want that writ overturned, and I want to be able to move back into my house and stay there until I can sell it. The problem is, I think that manager took all of my things and got rid of them. He either stole them for himself, gave it away, or threw it away. So all of my possessions are gone now too, and I don't know what to do. I don't know how much longer I can keep going on with this. It's been by far the most difficult time of my life, and I don't know how much longer it's going to last, and I need help desperately some way. I would love to be able to get a motel room or an apartment, but I can't afford it. I have to keep paying $800 lot rent, or they'll automatically take the house from me. Even if I have that fraudulent sale reversed, they'll take my house away from me. So I have to pay $800 a month, and I only get $665 a month from Social Security. So I've had to drain my savings. I've had to sell a lot of my mutual fund. I've had to sell some stock. Pretty soon I'm going to be penniless, and I don't know what I'm going to do. It's such a terrible situation for me, and I really need help. If anybody out there can give me any help, please call me. My number is 813-400-9422, or my email address is, it's Chinese because I lived in China for 11 years. It's yingwenbianji at Yahoo. I'll spell it. It's means English editor. It's YINGWENB as in boy, IANJI@yahoo.com. Please help me any way you can. I'd be so grateful. Please, please.